Hey, how's it going, Shy?
You know what? Not bad.
Yeah, you feeling good today?
Yeah, I got my laundry done.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
I,
that's hard, but I did it.
small goals. It's all that matter. I've laundry day used to suck here until we made the kids do their own laundry. Now they do their laundry, and that was easy because now everybody just does their own shift.
Do they iron?
They iron the easier stuff. Admittedly, they still need our help for
Mm,
like dress up. Like if we're going to a wedding, we iron because we don't want to look bad. You know what I mean? Like I ain't
okay,
sending you
sure.
out there wrinkles. You representing me now. You know.
Right, right,
But
right.
Monday through
Uh-huh.
Friday, when they was in school, yo, if your shirt had a wrinkle through the middle, that's on you, my G. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
should know better. You could have hung that up when it came out the dryer, solved all these problems. You know
That's
what I
good.
mean?
That's good. I'm a firm believer in teaching the children how to iron immediately.
Yeah,
Like as soon as, if you can just lower that board a little bit and just tell them, "Hey man, that's hot."
that's it.
And then just go away
They
and
learn
let them
quickly,
figure
shot.
it out. Yeah, they'll figure it out.
That's it. You know how many times you got to burn yourself to know that it's hot? Once. That's it. I'm willing to
Mhm.
do that. That's one time. You know what I mean? It hasn't so far. It hasn't been like something like catastrophic. Like nobody's burnt the face. It's been like a
Okay.
finger, an arm, and after that, it's done. I don't got to say it again. I say it a ton of times before that, but once they burn themselves once, that's it. Irons handled with extreme care. After that,
I once burned my hip with an iron because I was ironing. Was I naked? I was either naked or in underwear, but I pulled it and doing it, I was just too enthusiastic about it because I love ironing so much. And I pulled it back and the corner of it hit my hip. And I was like, well, that's going to be hard to explain.
wow, you brave, Sha. I feel like
Yay.
I don't iron naked. I don't make French fries or fried chicken naked.
Oh, how do you know you're alive?
I,
If you're not like trying to dodge popping grease, how do you know you're alive? I will be in I definitely, when I lived alone, in case my roommate's listening, I don't do it now out of respect for you, but when I lived alone, naked all the time in my house. And but I would put on either like a cardigan,
yeah.
just either have on just like a cardigan and sneakers and then just naked. And then I'm cooking that way. So if it's popping, it's only hitting like the sweater, but it's not really getting me or whatever. And then I can
That's
yeah.
real. I had like a reverse creepy thing. Like I liked being naked, but I got a lot of deliveries. So I used to keep a
Mm.
trench coat by the door. So like it was weird. So like I get a delivery and I'm like the only person with a trench coat covering up, but I'm fully naked. So he feels awkward. I feel awkward, but he thinks I'm gonna do something, and I'm like, nah, I'm trying to avoid that, but I still want this package. You know?
Yeah. They have robes. I say that as someone who cooked in naked except for a sweater, but they do have robes.
I don't have robe. I had like a big like trench raincoat thing, but I ain't have robes. I don't know. It just felt weird. Like my apartment isn't big enough to justify a robe to me. I feel like robe is like when you have like a huge like master suite and like the bathroom is connected to the suite but still somehow further away than the bathroom is from my bedroom now in my apartment. So like if you have like the
Okay.
luxury of like, yo, I might catch a cold walking from my bathroom to my mattress. If you live
Mhm.
that kind of life, yeah, you should have a robe. That's a different lifestyle. I don't live that
Okay.
life. My like my apartment isn't built like that for that kind of like grazing.
You know what? I kinda understand that. I feel like that, a robe definitely is a particular, uh, lifestyle, and then the kind of robe it is. Like, is it a long robe, like, to your mid-shin, or is it one that just covers your butt? Like, are you able to trot from your bathroom to your bedroom,
Mm,
or is this like a robe that you're gonna lounge in?
yeah.
Like put your feet up while you're on the couch. So there are a lot of variables with robes, actually.
Yeah,
So I understand that, but um, that your alternative was a trench coat is a little creepy.
it was weird. I ain't gonna front. I get it. Like I promise you, the FedEx and UPS dude, they talked about me. Like, yo, just so you know, you deliver that to Picking and Montauk. Might get a little funny, but he don't do nothing. He just gonna
He
sign
don't
for the
do
package.
nothing. He just I don't know. He just loves that coat, I guess.
Welcome to the bonus episode of the War Report. My name's Gastor Almonte with the homie Shalewa Sharpe. We will try not to creep you out for these stories as I did to those delivery men.
No promises.
Oh, man. This week in sports, Willie O'Ree's number 22 jersey will be retired by the Bruins. Why does this matter? He was the NHL's first black player. That's right. Boston Bruins announced on Tuesday that they will retire Willie O'Ree's number 22 on February 18th, making him the 12th player in team history to have his jersey retired. And first NHL black player. O'Ree is 85. Is best known for making the NHL team in the 1957-1958 season. So this is roughly around the same time period as Jackie Robinson, a little about a decade later. Still somehow, this is how racist the Boston Red Sox are.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie Robinson integrated baseball in 1947. Boston Red Sox didn't have their first black player until 1959. So they watched every other Major League Baseball team bring in black players, Dominican players, Cuban players, and they're like, nah, we ain't about that. They watched hockey find a black player. And like, yo, we even got one on skates in Canada. And they finally were like, all right, listen, this is getting out of hand. We tried it out in hockey. We could bring one over to baseball where they actually play the sport. You know?
I had never heard of this fellow. And I also had no idea that he played, like, there were black hockey players in the 50s, in the late 50s. So when I looked at I saw the headline and it's like, the first black hockey player and he's retired. And I'm like, why are they retiring the number? That seems so soon, right? I mean, didn't we just get our first black? And I look and it's just this adorable old man. And I'm like, shit, how long was he trying to play hockey? Man, that game ages you. And then I went down and was like, oh, this actually happened many years ago. And I just had no idea. He's an adorable old man, but he is an old man, and that may give you pause. But that's what's happening there.
No, most definitely. I love his outfit. I love everything about the dude. And I am just like you. I genuinely was in awe that this is someone that played 50, 60 years ago. I am blown away that they covered that. But much respect to the Boston Bruins somehow beating the Boston Red Sox to the punch. I'm convinced this was like a demo. They were like, all right, if they let it slide in hockey, we got to bring in the baseball.
We got to do something. Yeah. Because I'm sure they, like myself, did not see that coming. I'm sure the Red Sox were just as blindsided as I was reading this article today.
Oh, man. The NBA is expected to examine video of Kyrie Irving attending a party maskless. All these NBA players. And this hurts extra because he's playing for Brooklyn. But the NBA reportedly will examine videos posted to social media that appear to show the Brooklyn Nets point guard Kyrie Irving at a large gathering without a mask or social distancing. Keep in mind also this is an extra issue because he is currently away from the team for the last 4 days now for personal reasons. The reasons have not been stated publicly. During the first day of his absence, the coach and the front office weren't aware of what the personal reasons were either. So all we got was one of the players, Karis LeVert. He came forward and said, yeah, he texted us. So, you know how gangster that is? Yo, you make $140 million. You don't text your boss. God. You don't text the company. You text your boys at work. Like, yo, I ain't coming through.
Yeah, you know just tell them. Just let them if know. Anybody asks, just tell them.
Yo, Sage King out here. Kyrie Irving doing what he wants in these streets.
Look, I mean, I guess I'm not sure I have an opinion on him either way because at the beginning of every NBA season, I'm like, this is the season where I'm going to keep up with everybody. And then every season I'm like, oh, I dropped the ball. And also every season I'm like, does everybody's name start with K? So I've been very confused for like 3 to 4 years now.
Oh man.
Um, but this is right. Am I wrong? Like that is a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so so this particular season, and I couldn't even pay attention to the last one because they were in a bubble, and I just kept getting thrown by that and not really understanding what was happening. So I was like, okay, this time I have no choice. There's no excuse. And already I've lost the thread. Um but I really was going to try and pay attention, and I still am a little bit because the coach of the Brooklyn Nets
Yes.
happens to be my favorite basketball player, who is Steve Nash. Now, I said that to Gastor like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
We were on a call and I said, "Oh yeah, Steve Nash is my favorite basketball player." And it wasn't a video call. So I could only hear Gastor's mind blowing. I couldn't actually see it. And he was just like, "Really?" Like his voice got so high.
That is still keeping me up at night. Adorable guy, seems super lovable. Just would not have been like top 50 guesses if you told me to figure that out at all.
Yeah, yeah. But I adore him. I think because I think he's a good hang.
Yeah.
I like his vibe. So so now maybe you understand why I'm having a hard time keeping up with any of it. So then I'm like, okay, so he's coaching the Nets, and I'm hearing about who's going to be on the Nets, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting the K names confused, but I feel like one of them is problematic, or maybe believes the Earth is flat, or has a weird laugh. I can't remember exactly what it was. And
2 out of 3 there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I couldn't.
Weird laugh guy is in LA. That's Kawhi. Also okay, but he's on the Clippers.
Okay. But you see why and did he play for Toronto?
Yeah, he played for Toronto. Kawhi.
See, so I'm so close, but then you're like, what's the name? And I'm like, I don't know. And so I've just been like, I'm trying to keep up, and I'm just like, oh, why are you doing this? Come on, man. Steve is having he's not even sure he can coach. I'm sure he's doing a fine job, but I also hope the first person he hired was somebody to carry his bags, because that's how he got hurt on the Lakers and then had to retire early.
Yeah,
because this dude pulled his back picking up his luck. Like,
yeah, like I'm starting to feel like Steve Nash is like the substitute teacher that wants to go union. Like, he wants to be full-time so bad, and y'all are just making it so hard on him. You know, just you give him trouble in 30 days. You know what I mean? Let him make book first. You know what I mean? Let him get his pension. You know what I mean? Like, that's all.
Yeah.
You save for the games you want after that.
Yeah, like you couldn't give him so I was already just like, this is too soon. Come on, y'all. Already? Y'all showing your ass already? Like,
come on.
We couldn't wait. You couldn't make it. You couldn't clear January. You could have just cleared January and then act up. But no, you got to do whatever it is you're going to do. And so I'm just like, and, hearing that it's like this dude was at some party with no mask on, not social distancing. And I automatically assumed the party was in Atlanta, just because to me, Atlanta is where everything is wide open and people make trips there. People are going to Atlanta because it's so wide open, and then coming back and not facing any consequences. And I'm just like, oh man. So, and he's not even the first athlete to be seen at, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, come on, man, just give Steve Nash just not a big break. Also, I was doing a thing, like in the first week of games, where when the Nets won, I'd post this picture of me smiling in a Steve Nash t-shirt. And then when they lost, I had to get my roommate to take a picture of me looking sad in the Steve Nash t-shirt. And then I posted that. So I was going to do that for the whole And I was like, this will force me to keep up. And then I dropped it after like
That's
after
awesome. I love that,
after
Sean.
a few days. So I'll do it still randomly, but I was like, I can't do this for every game because there are a lot of games, and
Yeah.
I think I'm losing followers because they're like, what is happening? This woman who's never talked about sports before suddenly is picturing like showing a picture of her with a Steve Nash shirt on. What the fuck is happening? Um,
It is. It's a little off brand. I'll admit.
it's yeah, for sure. But anyway, all that is to say, whichever K name this is, man, come on, pull it together, man. We are we are in a plutonic right now. You gotta stop.
Oh man, that's awesome. Congratulations to the Alabama Crimson Tide for winning another national championship. With that said, major props to their police department for arresting 14 people and continuing to win on these streets. After the championship game, fans packed the street of Tuscaloosa. There
Tuscaloosa.
you go.
Tuscaloosa. Yep.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
And 14 people were arrested on 18 different charges during the wild celebration that followed the game.
Only 14?
Only 14. So they will let it slide. I feel like I don't know if this was the cops being like cool or if like this was the cops is like, yeah, I ain't trying to catch COVID. You know?
Yeah, it may have been that because this is a college town.
Yeah,
Tuscaloosa is a college town, and the college is University of Alabama, and they basically kind of own the
town,
state.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of own everything. I've seen old people hustle off of trains and then stick their head back in because they saw someone wearing an Alabama thing and yell "Roll Tide!" Like it is something serious, and I can't speak too much on it because my roommate went to Auburn University in Alabama, and that's like their hardcore rival.
Yeah.
So I think I'm supposed to be War Eagle instead of Roll Tide. Personally, I think it's all nutso. But
I think Roll Tide is more fun to say, but I think Auburn has cooler uniforms.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm unbiased opinion right there. That's how I feel.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, major props to Bama beating Ohio State 52-24 and then taking it to the streets. You know what I mean? Deciding, you know what, screw COVID for this one day. We are gonna celebrate. That's not how it works, but everyone in Alabama seems to have thought that for the night.
Yeah. I mean, and the cases are surging there. It's just like, oh God. I mean, that whole I feel for everyone who was probably in a room watching that happen, just going, God damn it! Like I have to. I have food. I ordered takeout. Like, there's no way I can go down there and get my food now. Look at this.
You always worry about like the dude that has to sweep that shit the next day.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be out and like there's no broom. Like you never feel like the broom is enough. If I saw all that.
Yeah, you just kind of cut through and you're like, oh my goodness, there's no way I'm going to finish the street.
Yeah.
And I have 17 more to go.
Oh my goodness. Mia Ponsetto allegedly trespassed at an apartment in NYC. So yeah, for those of y'all that haven't been following, Mia Ponsetto was the Soho Karen, who was charged with attacking a 14-year-old Kenyon Harold Jr. at the Arlo Hotel in New York last week for quote unquote stealing her cell phone. Turns out that the cell phone was actually she had left it in an Uber, and the Uber driver returned it to the hotel, but that was after she had tackled this 14-year-old kid and accused him of taking her phone. Turns out that Mia has a history of nonsense behavior. She's allegedly wrecked in a vacant apartment in New York City. And she's currently being investigated for that because she claimed
that's what she was doing before she attacked the young man like the same day.
Yeah, like this is incredible. She claimed that this was a Airbnb listing. They told her that it was illegal in this building, so that would be impossible. But that was not stopping her from causing at least $250 in damages, both to the door and to the apartment. The access to the apartment, the police say, was impossible because of how badly she damaged the door. It wouldn't open. So Mia outpowered the cops in this one regard. This is not her only issue, by the way. She is also is pending an outstanding DUI charge in California for an incident in October where she got arrested for being drunk with her mom in front of what looks like a like a gas station. So she's a busy bee out in these streets. You know what I mean? You got to give them that. Like the Karens are like productive. They're like prolific. You know what I mean? They put out albums. You know what I mean? You might not like they work, but they work hard. You know what I mean? At doing what they do. Yeah, they did. I'm happy that this has come to light. I'm happy that we know her full name. A little sad that she claimed to be Latina. You know, always
Yeah,
hurts our
yeah.
brand. But I think people know the truth here at this case. I don't know any Latinas named Ponceto, but you know, she won't claim us. It is what it is. We all got bad fruit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically, it appears that she is a hot mess, and if I'm sure our listeners must have seen the clip of her interview with Gayle King on CBS Morning News that went around where she was with a lawyer who probably was a family lawyer and was unable to control her and was just like, I'm done. Because I believe even the lawyer was just like, that interview was a huge mistake.
Big facts.
I wouldn't have wanted her to do it. I tried to tell, but nope, she's gonna do what she want to do, and I'm out. But she basically said to Gayle at some point, she tried to hush Gayle King, just like, okay, Gayle, enough.
Yo, who does that to Gayle?
Yeah, and I'm like, bitch. Gayle has had R. Kelly crying crocodile tears and throwing shit around her, and she sat there quietly, just like, Robert, what the hell you gonna do from the other side of the country? And also, she keeps doing shit on the same day. So she allegedly, took a fire extinguisher to this quote Airbnb apartment because she locked her keys in there. So she's forgetful. She's leaving her phone and keys everywhere. She's the worst one in your crew. She's the worst one in your clique. Nobody likes her. Someone must have gone to elementary school with her, and that's why she parties with you. But she's the worst one in your fucking clique. So she left her keys in there, and then the same day attacked this young man, assuming, which she said in that interview, she was just talking to everyone who was walking out of the hotel to see if they had her phone. Yeah. And it was like, so you were questioning everyone who left the hotel to see if they had your phone? Why would you think they all had your phone? Well, they were leaving. What the fuck? And then, so that was the same day thing. She attacked this apartment, fucked it up, and then attacked that young man same day. Here, she did that interview with Gayle King, and then later the cops caught her. They were going to stop her in traffic. She refused to stop until she got home in her driveway, and then refused to get out of the car, and they had to drag her out of her car in her driveway.
Oh my God.
And then she got extradited, I think, to New York.
Deservedly so. The main thing I've learned from this is if anyone else is interested, I want to put $10,000 on Gayle King entering the World Series of Poker. Her poker face is next level. That is 2 times where I know for a fact I would have shown emotion, and she's like, nah, stone face.
I think so, because here's what Oprah does. Oprah, her eyes are too expressive. Yeah. And sometimes she doesn't control them. And sometimes she does she has a lot of tells.
Yeah. Gayle, nah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gayle's real. I'm telling you, World Series of Poker, Doyle Brunson, Phil Ivey, none of y'all got shit. on Gab.
Wait, why do you know poker player names?
Oh, I ain't tell you, Sha, I used to run a wild illegal game in Brooklyn and at Baruch College. So in my college, they had like club hours where you could only get in with a school ID. Like you had to like swipe it
Mhm.
in, but during club hours, anybody could show up, right? So, and then they had like a game room where they had like video games and tabletop, like what's that game with the paddles?
Air hockey. Oh
Yeah,
no,
they had air hockey too, but like that table tennis,
ping
ping pong,
pong.
yeah. So they had
Yes.
all these games. So I convinced them to get poker tables. I was like, hey, we can play card games, you know, in the club, whatever. And
Right.
it slowly just became an illegal like casino. Like it just ran all the time. So yeah. So like it got to a point to where like we found like a secret entrance into Baruch where you could get in without the ID so that we could just sneak in people that weren't there for college at all. Like you just had people just showing up to play cards, you know, and like we just had cover stories. Like Baruch is a huge school, it's a big part of the CUNY system. So like there'd just be a guy there and be like, oh yeah, that's he's a new professor. He's just hanging out with us today. Or there's a student from one of the other CUNY schools he's visiting. He's on, whatever. And we just had games the whole day, like from the second the school opened at 7:40 in the morning till they shut down at 10 at night. 7 days a week, we had card games in there. And this was all during that era of poker being on ESPN when people thought it was a
Right.
sport. And like
Yeah.
every 20-year-old guy thought, oh, this is going to be my career and how I avoid having the
Yes.
desk job. That's what I was doing at that time. I was making a lot of illegal money running those games. Great times.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I was kind of in the know. I had a lot of weird friends. Like I had a friend, this is how you know I was way too into like poker. Like I had a friend named Dex. I had like it was just like I would be getting text messages from people and like I'm like, yeah, I'm too far in. Like I shouldn't, like I don't, like I had like business arrangements with people and not know their real name at all. Just like I knew them as a gambling persona only.
Oh my
So yeah,
god.
it's a different time in my life, Sha.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And honestly, I mean, to be completely honest with you, I want to be shocked.
Yeah.
And yet I'm not. I'm not surprised by this at all.
It's a good time. I'm surprisingly good at math. It's just it's got to
Yeah, no,
involve.
I've picked up on that. So yeah, no, I see that. I see that. You're not even the first comedian I know
Yeah.
who has been in illegal gambling.
I think it's a personality type thing. Like we're
Yeah,
drawn to jobs
yeah.
where we don't have to have a boss. This really is. Like, oh, word? Who do I report to? Me? Yeah, I'm about that. I get to wake up when? Yeah, I'm about that. You know what I mean? That's all I needed. You know what I mean? So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
great gigs. Oh
Oh,
man.
that's
Finally, a TikTok star apologizes to Kanye and Kim over the hotel claim. TikTok star Cole Carrington has issued an apology to Kanye and Kim Kardashian after he was hit with a cease and desist letter from Wes ex-bodyguard. Page 6 reported on Friday that Kerrigan, a makeup influencer with 350,000 followers, posted claims on social media sites that Wes, one-time bodyguard Steve Sinolis, arranged a meeting for Kerrigan and Wes at the W Hotel. Yeah, this was in the midst of the whole like Kim Kardashian and Kanye announcing, semi like not announcing, but word getting out that they were going to get divorced.
Oh yeah, when Kris Kardashian probably leaked it.
Yeah.
Sources say if there's anything Kardashian news and it says sources, just Kris, get off. Stop playing on my
You know
phone.
what I mean? Good
We
job
know
with
it's
the
you.
PR, but we know it's you. You know what I
We know it's you.
mean? So yeah, word was getting out. It was being insinuated that Kanye was having a relationship with Cole and a few other people, and this is what led to Kim saying, "Yo, enough's enough." Not apparently his failed presidential campaign. It was this.
Wait, whoa, hold on.
And
So they're saying that he's not Jeffree Star, is he?
no, that's another one. So like,
That's the other one.
yeah.
That's the only one I heard about.
So
Okay,
then Jeffree Star was being insinuated that they were sleeping together. Jeffrey's been leaning into it though. Jeffrey's
yeah,
also
for a
like, yeah,
while.
I'm gonna take this heat right here, boost my numbers. Cole kind of insinuated that it was like we had a meeting set up, but that Kanye law firm money is a little serious. So all that's to say, Jeffree Star, expect that lawsuit coming soon.
Jeffree Star ain't scared. He's been talking this shit for years. He really has. He is in no way scared. No, yeah. I mean, he ain't scared because for whatever reason, Jeffrey. I mean, he's not scared. Here's what I liked about this story was that this Cole Kerrigan person posted a video of himself. It says here, posted a video of himself with the cease and desist letter apologizing to Wes and Kardashian. And while he didn't go so far as to say he made up the story about Wes, he said he put the info out there because Wes, quote, voted for Trump, end quote. And then he says, in order for me to stay out of court and not get sued, I have to issue an apology to Mr. West and Kim Kardashian West. So, hi, Kim. If you're watching this, I am so sorry. I honestly did this for the simple fact that your husband voted for Trump, and we simply can't have that clownery in America. So, you're welcome. And then he said, second of all, I hope this doesn't ruin the chances of me getting on the KKWPR list because I've been dying for those contour sticks. KKW is Kim Kardashian's beauty line.
Hey, shoot your shot.
I'm saying, and I'm like, hey, if you're going to be this reckless, be reckless all the way.
I ain't mad at it. Opportunity knocks, you see it. You shoot your shot, no matter what. Much respect. This has been a bonus episode of the War Report. As always, like and subscribe. If you're an Apple Podcast listener, please rate us 5 stars. If you don't, I might come see you. All right.
Maybe he'll send Dex.
Yo, Dex ran site security at his room too.
I'm sure he did. You don't fuck around and get the name Dex. You need to be about your game at all times.
Straight up, there was times like I'm proudly from East New York. I went to a few different games that Dex ran, and I'll be like, yo, this might be a problem. Like I was definitely in environments where like this was right before Apple had that like send my location, and I definitely appreciate that technology. But yeah, please like and subscribe us, support the podcast. It keeps me from going back to that life. If you have any articles you want us to check out, DM Shalewa at Silky Jumbo on Instagram or Twitter, or at Gastor Almonte on the same 2 accounts. Always a pleasure. My name's Gastor Almonte. I'm with the homie Shalewa Sharpe. Catch y'all next week. Peace. We did it, Sha.
We did it.